Okay. Today we are going to see how do we create the classes and objects in Python and how do we write the methods, and we are also discussing about the parameter called as self, and then we'll see about the difference between class variables and instance variables. So a class is nothing but it is a user-defined data type. We can also think it as a blueprint or prototype from which we can create the objects. So a class is a user-defined data type. So you are defining whatever maybe your requirement. Based on that, you are going to define your own class, and from this class you can create any number of objects. And one more thing is a class can provide a means of building data and functionality together. So because a class contains both data and the functions or the methods. So that means it can have the data members and member functions. And to create a class in Python, we need to use the class keyword. So this is how we can define a simple class. So for creating a class, as we have just discussed, we need to use the class keyword. So class followed by space, then you can give your own name. So whatever is the name you want, you can give your name. So that is class. Suppose I'm creating a class called as box, class box. And here I don't have any, that is the code in this. That means I'm not defining any members or the functions. So just I'm taking this as pass, writing an empty code in the class. So if I create a class box like this, so if I want, I can create an object with the name B, for example, B equal to box of. So using this, I can create an object. It is an instance of a class. So as we have just discussed, a class is a blueprint, while the instances of this class we call them objects. And is represented by the attributes of an object. Attributes of an object the
మ్యామ్ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది మ్యామ్.
attribute of an object or nothing but its members, data members, as well as the method also. Hello? Is my voice audible?
మ్యామ్ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది మ్యామ్. నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆడిబుల్ మ్యామ్.
Okay. Now, what about now? Okay. So an object consists of state, behavior, and identity. So a state is nothing but the properties of the object, whatever we are taking in this object. So all the attributes that we can represent that with the state of the object. And behavior, that means whatever are the methods that we are writing in the class, they represent the behavior of the object. So this reflects the response of an object to other objects. That means using this functionality, we can create the functionality of these objects. So next is the identity. So because we are giving a unique name to each object, so this represents the identity of the object. So that means an object consists of the state, behavior, and identity. So these three we are achieving by giving the name to the object and by defining the members and the methods. So that means through the class only. So we'll see a simple class and how do we create the objects from this class. So class box, as we have seen the previous example, class box. So I'm not writing any code in this. So I'm just giving the pass. So after I define my class, I can instantiate my objects. So I can instantiate my objects using, so by giving the name of the object. So as we have just discussed, an object should have a name. So here I am creating an object with the name B1. So B1 is equal to box of. It will create an object called as B1. And I can also create another object with the same class. So I can create any number of objects from this class. So B2 is equal to box of. So I'm creating two objects class. So because I have not defined any data members or the methods in my class, now if I want to define my properties of the object, so how can I do is I need to use the object name dot this variable name. So I'm giving b1 dot height. So b1 dot height is equal to 5, b1 dot width equal to 4, b1 dot depth is equal to 2. That means I have created an object b1 with three variables, height, width and depth. So I can also create the variables for my second object. So I am doing this using b2 dot height, b2 dot width and b2 dot depth. So after this, if you want, you can print the values of this using print statement. So print b1 dot height, b1 dot width and b1 dot depth. So by using this, I'm going to print the values of my variables of my object. So if you have not given any data members in your class, so while creating your object, you can define your variables in your object using object name dot your variable name. Next. So we have just seen how do we define the variables to my object. Now we can see how do we define the methods. So here we are taking the same class again, class box. Now we are defining a method. So you know how do you define the method. So class methods are same as the functions that we have used previously. So the same syntax we are going to use here. So we need to use the def keyword followed by space, then your method name. So def, here I am giving a method called as reset method. So def reset, and you see within the parenthesis we are using a keyword called as self. So I'm writing a method called as reset in my class box. So def reset, and the parameter you can observe here, I'm taking it as self. Three are the variables of the class box. So here whatever are the variables that you are giving using self.width, self.height and self.depth, they are referred to as the variables of your object actually. To the object. So self refer to the object that we are creating. So if you say self.width, self.height and self.depth, so that refers to the variables of your object. So whenever you are creating your object, so for example, you see here b is equal to box of, and I'm calling this method b.reset. So whenever I call this b.reset, so these three variables that we have defined in this reset method, they are nothing but the object variables. Why? Because we are giving them using self.width, self.height and self.depth. So they are nothing but they are the variables of the object. So I can print my object variables like b.height, b.width and b.depth. Now you observe the difference between the previous example and this example. In the previous case, we have not defined any of the variables in the class. So after creating my object, so I am giving my variables b1 dot height, b1 dot depth and b1 dot width. So they are also the variables of the object. But in this case, what I am doing is I am defining my variables within my class method by using self.width, self.height and self.depth. So they are nothing but my object variables now. So why these are object variables, just we'll discuss here in the self keyword. So actually, what is the difference between a method that we are or a function? A method is nothing but a class method is similar to a function, ordinary function, but that we are writing. Now, what is the difference between these two? So the definition of these two are similar. That means we need to use the def keyword only. Now, what is the major difference is a class method will have an extra first variable or first parameter and argument in the parameter list. So what is this first parameter that we need to give compulsorily in the class method is nothing but the self. So in the ordinary function, we are giving the parameters whatever we require in our function definition. But in the class method, we need to give compulsorily the first parameter as the self. Now, what does the self refers? Self refers to the object itself. So self refers to the object itself. Now, once we create a class, from that we are instantiating the objects. So this self refers to the object itself. So that is why in this example, so whenever we are saying self.width, self.height and self.depth, it refers to the object itself. So once you create your box object B, so if you say B dot reset, so that means indirectly what you are doing is you are instantiating your object variables. If you create another object, for those objects, self refers to that particular object. So that means self refers to the object itself. So please remember, whenever you are writing any class method, in the class method, the first parameter should be self. After that, if you want, you can write any number of variables, but the first parameter in your parameter list should be self. So what is the meaning of self? Self refers to the object itself. Now, so generally what we do whenever we are writing any function, so whenever we call that function, we need to pass the values or we need to pass arguments to replace all the parameters. But here in this case, there is no need to pass any value for this self parameter. So Python will automatically provide the value for this, that is nothing but the object itself. So that is nothing but the object itself. So please remember, whenever you are writing any class method, so the first parameter should be self, which represents the object itself. So whenever you are calling that particular method in the object, there is no need to pass any value. So Python will automatically assign the value, that is nothing but the object itself. Now, so what is the purpose of self, or what is the use of self is, so the self is used to distinguish your class variables and methods from other variables and functions in the program. So what is that you are saying? So for example, self.height and self.width. So they are nothing but the variables of the object. So that means it is used to distinguish your class variables from other variables that are you are going to write in your program. So that is the use of the self. Now we'll continue with this example. So here we have written the class box and we have written a method called as reset. Now I have not passed any variables to my reset method. I am just taking self. I don't have any other variables. Now, so please remember, you are writing any method in the class. So when you are using any variables within this method, you need to use them with self.width, self.height and self.depth. So that means you need to use a self keyword dot that particular variable. Now then I am instantiating my object B is equal to box and I am saying B dot reset. So I say B dot reset. So automatically my object B, height, width and depth will be assigned as 222. So I can print my values B dot height, B dot width and B dot depth. Now, if you execute this, we can see the output like this. So we'll just execute this in the Google Colab and see what will happen when we do this. Now you see I have written the same code. So I have created class box. Then I'm defining my function. So as usual, we need to take the tab space indentation. So I'm writing a function called as reset. Then I'm writing two variables in this self.height and self.width. Then I'm creating an object b1 is equal to box of. So with this, I'm creating my object b1. Then I'm calling b1.reset. Now you see here, after this, what I am doing, just we see the differences. I'll remove this code. So because in the reset method we have height and width, two variables are there. So when I call v1.reset, automatically my object will have two variables, height and width. So I can print those values by saying the print statement, we print v1 of height and v1.width. So now we'll run and see what will be our output. It's taking time. So in the meanwhile, we see this here. So as I told you, I have, because we have two variables. So if I say print b1 dot height and b1 dot width, so it can print these two values, so 2 and 10, because we have already with 2 and 10, so it will print 2 and 10. Next, you see, this, see the next example.